Upgrades.
Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? This is Sammy Leggett here representing TeamJVS, here to give you guys another series review. Well, technically, part one series review. I'm talking about season 2, part 1 of Vinland Saga. I did do individual shorts here or there throughout. I haven't posted them yet as of right now, but I will post them starting on probably Tuesday or Monday. But I'm going to be talking about the first 12 episode of Vinland Saga season 2. I'm going to try to keep it non-spoil as much as possible. But just for context, go and check out, my review for season 1. Season 1 was phenomenal. And I just literally watched that maybe like 3 months ago. Going into season 2, everybody kind of said, highly anticipated. Mappa is again, doing the production as far as animation. Animation is stellar yet again. The opening intro is almost, I would say, even better than the first seasons. And then the outro is so significant by the time you get to the last episode. It's like, it makes so much sense. Especially when the understanding is about freedom. What does it take? But I'm gonna just be very frank with you guys. Like, there's not a lot that happens, but it's so much. Because the foundations of what was done in the first season, specifically through Thorfinn's crusade, vengeance and blood and death at the age of 6 years old up till he was like 12. It was just years of constant death and battle, right? When we see him episode 1, he's a man, but he's void of any anger. He's void of any ambition. Like, he seems like a hollow shell. You would think that he may possibly has amnesia, like that he doesn't remember what he's done. And it's so fascinating because they take a character like Einar and they focus on him for about good two, 3 episodes. It was around the end of the first episode, of course, it had Thorfinn in. The second episode still was more Einar. And Einar is a strong, big dude. Does not fight. He knows how to tend to a farm. He had a sister and a mother, and tragedy fell on him, like literally fell on him, and it drug him to the point that he ended up a slave, and he ended up on this farm, where Thorfinn is. And it's just so fascinating because everything about what Einar is such the opposite of what Thorfinn had to be. Einar is impulsive, like he's reckless, but he thinks with his heart. And he understands the significance of communication. He's actually making Thorfinn be the best version of himself that he could possibly be, just because he's having to face every single thing that he's ever done. Specifically, Einar's dad and his village were attacked by Thorfinn's people. It may not have been a Thorfinn himself, but it might as well have been, based on the amount of bodies that Thorfinn has lacked up. And the crazy thing is, even with that, is Thorfinn's nightmares, his dreams. Like, he is haunted man. Like, initially I was kind of like, it's got to be a lot of PTSD, but no, he is haunted. And he didn't even understand what it meant. And he's haunted by the idea of what Askeladd was, what happened to his dad. But specifically in this season, the first 12 episodes, him coming to the realization of who he is, what he wants to be, and what he's done. And I thought that as an arc, as a character, it makes him so rich because it doesn't demean his capability. Like, he still is a whole pound. Like, that episode, I think it's like episode 3, where, because right now they're on Kitil's farm. Like, Kitil's actually a really good man, but he basically is a slave owner. He's got a farm. He's got a very ambitious 2 sons. one son, can't really fight, but he wants to aspire to be just like his big brother, who is a whole pound. Man, oh my gosh, the 12th episode, dude, when you get to see what he's capable of, gosh, yeah. Yeah, Thorgil is a whole pound. It's so interesting. All the people that are named Thors are all whole pounds. But there's a scenario where basically the youngest son is being forced to fight one of the slaves or two of the slaves. And basically Thorfinn, he could care less what happens. He just gets slashed, he gets his ear cut, off, part of it anyway. And then, Snake, the person that's another interesting character, you still don't know a lot about him, but you do know that he helped train one of the sons. Kind of steps in, and after, Thorfinn is bandaged up, he basically takes a leap at him, and he's like, you see there, Thorfinn? Your body doesn't want you to die just yet. And from that point on, that was the catalyst. And again, I do love how they found a way, and much like I would compare this to season 3 of Attack on Titan to season 4. I feel like season 1 is season 3, and season 4 is season 2 of Vinland Saga. Because the thing is, there's just brand new people, and there's not a lot of fighting like it was in the first season. There's not a lot of those focused characters that we know. A lot of them died. It's just Thorfinn left, and Canute. Now, oh God, I ain't even gotten onto him. I'm gonna save that for a second. But I love this. I love all these new characters because it shows the balance. It shows the capability of writing. And if you can kind of bring in brand new people and keep me as immersed and engaged as I was in the first season, I am in love with this show. Now, Canute. Oh my gosh, bro. I'll say this. Thorfinn and Canute were influenced negatively and positively by Askeladd. Askeladd showed them the reality in the face of the world, but he also showed them how to live, how to be warriors, how to be cunning, how to be strategic, how to be leaders, how to be kingly, how to strive for something more. But then all the deviousness, the undercutting, the death, the destruction, he basically sired both of them to the points that they're at right now. Because some of the moves that Canute is doing is definitely something that Askeladd would have told him to do. And it's just weird to see him still clinging to this ideal that what his way is the best way. But I also kind of felt the moment that he said something in the first season where he was the utopia, I'm going to create utopia here and now, and it'll be better than what God could create in heaven, essentially. I'm going to create and forge my own utopia. And, he almost kind of mocked God in a way. And I was kind of oh, that's a dangerous game. Okay, let's see where you go with this. And now he's a strain to everybody. He has no one. I don't know. It's actually terrifying, the route that Canute is going on. But as far as these first 12 episodes, man, they are amazing. Regardless of how much action is going on, just the world building and the story. And the character progression. And I mean, the animation, as I said, has always been great. But even with a great opening, great usage of story. Nothing is being wasted here. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Make sure you go and check out, if you can, Vinland Saga Season 2. You will not be disappointed. And I believe in the next few days, the next episode or Part 2 of Vinland Saga Season 2 is coming on the horizon. And best believe we're going to be covering it. Peace, people.
Filing out the top of the
I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my mind, oh Lord.